Oh, oh, thanks,
You're welcome. I forgot
Mary.
I started earlier, so we've got it now though.
Yep. Okay, well, I'm gonna have you do some announcements, Mary, because we should announce the makeover contest again.
Well, but it's actually beyond the deadline. So any
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I I
Oh,
think we
sorry,
had
let
said
me.
there was really no announcements. PCP has ended, the makeover contest deadline has ended.
Mm.
But you guys, it's still a fantastic time to still be following up. I have customers who wasn't so sure if they should stay on my list. It had been a while, and I started through that process with them, and they still haven't responded. So I'm just continuing the reach out. And in doing so, I have also found that some of my customers, one customer in particular, was like, well, I'm using something else except for this. And so we have actually, I'm customizing, we're doing a skincare trial for, um, and we're customizing a little something instead of just the miracle set or the repair set. So it's not really a announcement. It's almost like a weekly win. Okay, that moves right into our weekly wins that Cynthia's going to do. But
Yeah.
reaching out to customers and getting their feedback. So
So
yes,
I'm just sending a few reminders to people that wanted to get on.
all
So,
right.
okay, well, we would love for you to share your weekly wins, whether it's in your Mary Kay business or your personal life. A weekly win would be I remembered to do PCP. Oh, Lord. TK, do you have one?
A weekly win? Yes, I
Yeah.
did my PCP. And
Woohoo!
also I got a that $269 order on my customer appreciation sale. So I get to qualify again. Woohoo!
Oh, and Peggy said she had a $983 week. Cha-ching. Yay!
Yay.
Good job. I gotta get my pom pom out. Okay. Woo! Oh, okay. And then we'd love to hear from some other people. Weekly wins.
This
Well,
is
I don't know if
Laura.
I. Oh, go ahead, Laura.
I did my PCP at like 10 p.m. last night.
Woo! That's all right. You got it done.
I
You
Yay.
got
did
it done.
because you reminded me. I needed that reminder.
Sometimes we all do, and several times, sometimes. Seriously.
Yep.
Liz.
Liz.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
I'm halfway to my goal for my down payment for my house.
Yay.
Haven't found
Woohoo.
a house. I haven't found a house yet, but I'm working on my down payment. So
That's fantastic, Liz.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
thank
Yay.
you.
I have something.
Yeah.
Tracy.
I did my PCP and I had a booking or I had a party last night. It was small, but still had it. And there was something else. Shoot.
Is it that you signed up for the
Oh,
makeover contest?
I did the makeover contest and I got an order on uh my online dealio.
Oh.
So the cool thing about that was it was a person whom I haven't seen in a long time or talked to, and she's still on my email list where they send out those things. And she said to me, and man, I get this ding that I got an order, so I and it said her, so I reached out and texted her, and she said that she wanted to try new mascara. She was totally out and got the email and thought of it and got on there and did it. And I just had done my store about 2 weeks ago because I hadn't done it. And it was like $60, but still, I was like really excited. But I did tell her that next time to contact me because I can give her a discount, um, blah, blah, blah. So,
So, Tracy, I'm so excited for you. And you guys, I have to tell you that when I have customers who jump on my shop, because sometimes that's easier for them.
it
And
is.
so If it's easier for them, that's fantastic. And then I have reached out. I had a customer yesterday who had done over $100 in an on my shop order. And so I had reached out to her and offered her the pink perks, our 50% off deal sheet. That does mean it's a separate order, but you guys, it's still adding to my wholesale. It's still giving them new products. She ordered the perfume that she hadn't tried yet, but she's like, sounds wonderful. So it is still an option, and it's a great
Okay.
follow up. It's a great way to say thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Um, that's a good idea. Because then I just can throw it to her from
The
here. So yeah.
The other thing is Peggy shared these and she's put them in the Believe unit, but I want to give a shout out to Peggy because I put these in my thank you cards. This is well, and they're different each time. So Peggy, if you want to share more, if you guys want to check it out on the Believe unit, but Peggy has shared different ones she does. So this is one of those cleaning cloths, like a jewelry cleaning cloth. And the little sticker that Peggy had already created said, "Thank you so much for your business and for choosing me, especially since you can shop anywhere. Please enjoy this microfiber cleaning cloth to keep your jewelry sparkling, just like the diamond that you are." So that goes inside of my thank you card with a regular stamp, and it's just an extra layering. So off topic, but not really.
Do you
Not
send a
really.
thank you card to everybody that orders?
I personally do. It's a personal opinion. And there was a period of time in my business where I didn't. And I seen over time my numbers drop down because it is just, it's another touch to them. It's letting them know that they're important to me and they matter. You know, they can buy their Mary Kay from any Mary Kay consultant, but they're choosing me. And that makes a
Yeah, because
difference
she
in
doesn't
my
live here anymore. So
life.
that was
I
awesome.
moved I moved 3,000 miles from where
Right.
I was born and raised. And so that connectivity is fantastic. I've got to give a shout out because I don't know that she can come off mute, but Irene did her first party. And so I got photos this morning when I woke up. I had photos of the fun that they had. So yay.
Oh, I moved too and left all my customers. And so, yeah, and that was before COVID. So I had to keep in touch through the phone and texting. So it can be done, girls. It can be done. And then COVID happened. And it was actually good for my business. Not good, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, ladies, I did do my facial parties last night for my sisters and my nieces, and my little 6-year-old nephew had to join.
Ah,
So he,
I was I was gonna ask you in the photos, did he do the charcoal mask?
yes, and I'll post the pictures as soon as I figure out how to do it. But he insisted it was cute. He took it so seriously, but he had to do all of the little, even the little
The
lip.
satin lips treatment.
Yeah,
Scrub.
yeah, he did that too. He didn't understand that. He's like, get that off. I'm like,
He didn't say, "Oh, it tastes like Fruit Loops. Can I eat it?"
yeah, no, he wasn't interested. But he was so serious. It was the cutest little thing. And so, anyways, also I'll show you pictures in a second. But I also made my first sale this week. It was a small one, really small one. But
oh, good.
It doesn't
anyway,
matter
so
the amount.
It doesn't.
Congratulations, Irene.
thanks.
Oh, okay. And then, anybody else?
I got a little bit.
Yay.
I went to go do my ultrasound yesterday, and um, oh, I used. She said, "Oh, I really like your ring," because I had one of my black onyx on, and I
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, you know, when I bought this, I bought it at a resale shop, and it actually matched my nail color because it was a red, blackish red." And then when I washed my hands, all the ink came off and it turned in just black onyx. She says,
Hmm.
"Oh, that's pretty cool." I said, "You know, our founder, Mary Kay, used to do that with her diamonds. And she would color her diamonds with a felt tip marker to match whatever she was wearing." She says, "Oh, do you sell Mary Kay?" I said, "Yeah, I do." So it was a good segue to get in. And but yeah, I know. So she's got all my information and I got hers, and
Hmm.
we're gonna keep in touch. And the ultrasound, it was on my shoulder. I don't know if you know that they found a tumor in my shoulder and it pressed against my clavicle and started causing stress fractures in my clavicle. I picked up something about a month ago and I heard a crunch. And so we've been going through that ever since. But the clavicle's healing up. They didn't see anything in this area as far as the ultrasound, and we're doing good so far.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Woo.
And the tumor's probably just an old one that's been sitting there. So
Oh,
keep
that's
listening. Yeah, thank you.
That's good news all around.
Ye-
Personal, that it's
yes.
not growing, that it's getting better, and great news with your Mary Kay business. Deb, I didn't know that story about Mary Kay coloring her diamonds.
I didn't
Uh-huh.
either.
So
Yeah, they
that
used to say, "Oh, you've got such pretty emeralds, and you've got a beautiful ring every time I see you." She said, "It's the same ring. I just color it."
Oh, that's
I don't
so
remember which
funny.
book.
oh,
That's great. So, and then Deanne found out, I didn't know this. She texted me and said she had to change an address for PCP. And I said, I said, you'll have to call the company because I don't know if they can change it. And she called, and all you have to do is go into your customers on Mary Kay, though, on the Mary Kay website and change it, and it'll go to that address.
now
I was like,
I have a clarification, and I don't know if Deanne can come off mute or Cynthia, if you know, is that if they started they registered? Because I couldn't change a customer's. I actually had to create a new customer because she did a guest checkout and
uh-huh,
had marked not marked the second box, not realizing it, and
yeah,
it took her away. So I had to
yeah,
fix her. And then another customer who had registered, she actually did a CDS, but her address wasn't in there. And because she registered, I couldn't change it. I ended up going in and creating another account for Leanne. So Deanne, I'm curious if there is a way that maybe I'm going to learn something new this morning. Um, but on that note, if there's things, I actually have an email address of a national who's getting a hold of Craig Carter. And so if there's specific things, please message me privately and I'm going to email a list for her um, to go over about the my shop and my customers things.
yeah.
That way.
No, you have to create a new
Okay.
customer with the address. Yeah, you have to go in. I've had to do that.
Yep.
So, yeah, we have to create a whole new customer. So, for it to
That
get the PCP, otherwise they won't get it.
correct.
So, but if
Correct.
they're
And Mary
in
Kay is
there,
hearing our feedback. And if there's ways that they can fix it, they are fixing it for us. I know I emailed in about it the other day and got a response back from the comment email that I had sent in. They said, we've added a comment and they said this has to be escalated. We're sending it to the escalation. So
yeah. So if there's something that you have to tell them, you just go into your Mary Kay and touch, and there's a place where you can send them something. Oh, go
Peggy,
ahead, Peggy.
Hey, ladies. One thing I'd love you to email the company about, and I didn't realize this until I was searching for my customers' foundations under the tabs. Um, the new system only allows for you to list 10 items that your customers are using. Well, yeah. And so,
oh,
I mean, you get a max of 10. Why? If I wanted to find out everybody that was using the Panorama mascara or and they already had their 10 products that I put in the tabs and I couldn't add that, then they're excluded. So my numbers are off. And I discovered this when I was searching for all the different foundations. because I want to know when we go to order the new ones, what's comparable.
Mhm.
And so several of my customers don't have those listed, what shade they're using because other tabs were put in. So my list is not accurate. And so they need to take away the limit on the number of tabs because we want our customers on all our products. And there's a lot of times I will reference back to the tabs, who's using what.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yep.
Peggy,
So,
these are tags that you put in personally. You went in and said, okay, I have these people on this product, like
Well,
skincare.
every time I write up a sales ticket. I'll go into
Yep.
my customer and I'm old fashioned. I like to use handwritten sales tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go into my customer and I'll look at the tabs to see, oh, this is a new item. I want to add this into their list of products they're using. Well, if I've
Okay.
already got 10 in there, I can't add it. So they need to eliminate the number of
Yes.
tags, sorry,
Yep.
that are there. It should be unlimited.
Okay. I will
Because then
add that.
our lists are not accurate.
now,
Correct.
can anybody go in? Can't Peggy go in and do that or no? Do we have to do it? I thought anybody.
Peggy can do it. Everybody can do it. But I thank you,
Ugh,
Peggy, for giving me that because I will be reaching out to the national who gave me her email and said, please email me what, that way it's a layering. So Peggy and anybody else who agrees with this or would like to help us get that result can go to Mary Kay in Touch. And I can pull it up and screen share also, but I know we're going to get to Karen's training. If you go to Mary Kay
yeah.
in Touch, click the contact us, scroll down, and do the little email. And basically, you're starting a case. So you're going to tell it, what area it fits in. And if you're not sure, put other, put the subject in. They will get it to the right department.
Yes.
Yes.
So thank you, Peggy, for telling
Thank you
us
very
that.
much.
Yeah.
And I know there's the online profiles, and a lot of people had switched to like totally automated and they're not keeping a paper profile. I'm glad I have my paper profile
Me too.
because that is the only way I know who's using what. So
Mm,
I've had to go back through with this foundation conversion. It's time consuming. Every customer to
It is.
do I have them? Do I not have them? Yeah.
mm.
I have used Boulevard or Main Street software for years. However, I got a little lazy over the years and I'm like, well, that's okay. In Touch has this and there's no reason to duplicate it. Well, I'm so glad that I do have everybody in that program, or like Peggy has it on paper form. If you guys are doing virtual or all on In Touch, that's totally okay. But I do highly encourage you quarterly at least, or if not monthly, go in and download or print out, even if it's just saved digitally, download a list of your customers or print out a list of your customers. Because what happened to me as a customer who I have had for over 20 years didn't check that second box. And Sandra was suddenly gone, and I couldn't add her to the preferred customer program. I couldn't see anything because she hadn't said, yes, I want to share it. Mary Kay is aware of that. They are working on it. But I was like, wow, I wonder, if I hadn't had a list to go back and compare, who else am I missing? I could have been missing additional customers who during that. And I'm guilty of that. I'm checking out and I'm like, no, I don't want them to contact me for a bunch of stuff. Granted, it's not a business like Mary Kay. It's a much larger business, but I'm like, no, I don't want them to fill my inbox. So I just, didn't check that. So Mary Kay is working on the words and how they can make it hopefully that we can still have all the information. But yes.
So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and oh, that's so cute, Irene. Oh, thank you for sharing. That is
I
that is
love
something you
that.
should post on your Facebook page if you have Facebook.
I do.
So,
I will.
yeah, post that on Facebook. That's great. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce Karen. She's gonna give away a book. So I'm gonna put your names in the wheel of names, and at the end, I'll push the button and that'll decide who wins her book. I was gonna do comments, but it's hard to keep track and I don't want to be unfair and miss somebody.
And you
So,
want to
and
be
then
able to make your notes.
yeah, then I can make my notes. And then I want to keep track of who's on whose team for Anna because Anna is traveling back from taking care of her parents, and Kelsey is on Mary's team,
Mhm.
and Shauna is on Anna's team, right? Okay. All right, then I've got everybody. Yes, Shauna said. Okay, I have everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead. Sorry, Karen. I hope we didn't take too much of your time. You have to
Yes.
come back a third time. Oh, okay. But let me tell you a little bit about Karen. So she's been in Mary Kay for 17 years. She's a member of the royal family in the top 10. She's been in the top 10 for 10 plus years or more. She lives in Valparaiso, Indiana. She works full time at Ulthud, Ulthud Homes, selling new construction. She is a fantastic artist, interior designer, and beauty consultant. She loves helping women see their own potential. She loves God and gives him all the glory. She's a team leader currently with 3 active, and she's been a star consultant for over 40 years. I mean 40 quarters. That would be amazing, Karen. You look
I
really
would.
good for that age. So 40 quarters. But
Um,
those are some things. Um, let's see. Those are some things about Karen, but this is what I know about her personally is that she is super fun. She's extremely creative. Oh my gosh. When it comes to Christmas, oh, she's out the window. She's awesome. And so if you want ideas, I get them from her and Valerie. And she is caring, she's loving, she's a hard worker, and anytime I need anything, um she's there for me. So thank you, Karen, and sorry we took so much of your time. So, oh,
Oh no.
Lorelai, I have everyone in everyone's team. I know everyone. I was just not sure about Kelsey and Shauna, but everybody else I know whose team you're on. So, okay. All right, take it away, Karen.
All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good
So,
morning.
those of you that were on last week, we're on like the rest of the story. So, really fast. Last week, what we talked about was all about finding your 5 most important goals, and completing a wheel of life kind of evaluation. And I hope you all took time to do that. I would love to hear your results, but for the sake of time, I think that's a great thing to share with your directors and kind of keep whittling that out if you haven't come up with your wildly important goal, which was the one thing that you would focus on for the next 90 days. And so today we're going to talk about follow through, how to keep your commitments and why we don't, and a lot about resistance, because now that you have some thoughts in place and you got this goal, you can either make a resolution or you can make a declaration. So the challenge is, which do you think is better? Maybe put in the chats which one would you vote for? A resolution or a declaration? Because there is a difference between them.
Oh,
I can't see chats or anything going on. My computer is kind of wonky. So I'm just going to keep moving forward a minute.
I can
So
tell
a
you,
resolution. Okay.
everybody's
What do you
saying
got? Oh, I
declaration.
see some things now. Yeah, absolutely. A decision is everything. So a lot of times we have a resolution. Like we come up with a plan and we might write it down, we might not. And then it just sits there. But a declaration is a commitment. And it's a commitment to a determination is another way of looking at it. So my first question for you is, Have you ever failed to follow through on a goal? Gosh, I can't tell you how many times I have.
Mhm.
And our crazy number last week was that 92% of people do this. And so, isn't that good? I always said it's reassuring. We're all normal if we have failed to follow through on a goal. But one of the reasons we fail is because nobody's really taught or focused on why they fail. Like, why do we fail? And what I'm learning myself is when I understand what I need to do to prevent failing, I can be really good and I can get through a lot of things. So today we're gonna touch on resistance, but what I'm really going to focus on is the 5 reasons most goals fail. So if you have a piece of paper, we're going to have 1 through 5, but there's going to be some things with each one, so follow along. So your what are you working for, and your why is really, really important, because the number one reason is that goals fail is we don't know what we want, and therefore then we become emotional. We are not emotionally invested, and we don't know our why. So if you picked your 5 goals and then you whittled it down to 1, my challenge to ask you is that your goal, or is it somebody else's goal? Is it something you think you should do because that's something somebody told you you should do? Is it really your goal? Is it a personal goal, or is it just it's urgent and you're going to have to, it's going to take a priority over what you really want? And that's it. This is hard because I myself, there's a lot of things I wanted, and then I make a lot of excuses because, oh, well, I can't do that right now because of so and so, or this situation or that situation. And so we have to be emotionally invested. It's a huge part of being successful at achieving a goal. We choose sometimes a goal because of FOMO. I have a friend actually that she starts doing things because she doesn't want to miss out because her other friends are doing it. And I'm like, you don't have to do it because we're all doing it. You run your own race and focus on your own life, and it'll all come together. Have you ever set a goal based on what you thought? If you're not deeply invested in your goal, guess what? When it gets a little difficult or a little hard or a little resistant, guess what we do? It wears off, it gets hard, and we quit. So this is my ongoing example. Losing weight. You have to want it. So I've been wanting to lose weight for years. This year I finally did. But why haven't I been able to accomplish that goal in the past? Because I got busy with doing other things, and the diet and the plan and the healthy eating and the exercise, they went by the wayside. And so why did it go by the wayside if I wanted to lose weight? Because I wasn't emotionally invested in it. But when I was told, if you don't do something about your weight, you're going to be diabetic, or you're going to have higher blood pressure medicine, I'm like, that's it, done. I'm focused now. So I had to put myself as a priority. If you want your goal to stick, you have to get crystal clear on what you want. Number 1. Number 2. Oh, this is good. And I got my picture. I hope you can see this in the screen. I have got let me find it there. I got the girl running on the hamster wheel. You see her?
Yep.
So
Yes.
just looking at that picture makes me exhausted because I'm like, oh my God, that girl's so tired. And I'm like, well, that's what we do. We set way too many goals all at once, and we're trying to do everything at once. And your brain cannot hold all those 10 priorities that you just fed it unless you get crystal clear about just 1 or 2 items. So when everything is important, nothing is important. It looks like the hamster on the wheel. You're constantly switching between priorities. You didn't get anywhere. You're not making any progress. Did you ever go through a day and you were so busy, or a week or a month or a quarter, and you've been so busy or exhausted. And then you go, what did I really do? Like, I still didn't get that pile of papers filed. I still didn't make my booking calls. I still didn't follow up with a customer. I had an order pending on Tuesday with Mary Kay with a family member. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's Friday yesterday. And I never responded to her. I kept thinking about it. I kept thinking about it. And I realized I never answered her and I had to get back to it. And it's because I was running on the hamster wheel all week. So, in my personal Mary Kay business, we have a huge spring open house this Sunday. My friend Val and we're expecting we're hoping we'll have 35 people here. But we've been making gifts and all kinds of stuff. And that became my urgent priority. So everything else went by the wayside. So when you focus on one WIG at a time, your wildly important goal, you kind of have to change habits and you have to say, wait, this is the first thing I attend to every day. What am I doing toward that goal? And all the other stuff has to take a secondary spot. As you do that, you're building your dopamine hit to your brain and you're building your momentum personally. Your brain is being told, hey, I can do this. This is what we're doing now. This is my priority. And your brain will start following along with you so that you can accomplish those things one step, one little baby step. Number 3, you are not prepared for resistance and self-sabotage. And guess what? It always happens. It always will. And it will always be there. So whenever we make big changes, we do get resistance. We do get sabotage. We never fix it. It never goes away. And that's something you have to realize. It doesn't go away. So you have to have some tools to help yourself get through it. So it's sneaky. Sometimes it's not obvious what our resistance is. It disguises itself with waiting to be perfect, cleaning out the closet, when I get my house clean, when I run these errands, when I whatever. Okay. What does resistance look like for you? So here you go. Put it in the chat. What does resistance look like you? What do you do? As you're typing, I'm going to say, I can't do it. I can do it tomorrow. I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. I don't feel like it right now. Oh, I need to run over to the neighbors because they need something. I need to go to the grocery store first. I need to, whatever it is. It's like, what does resistance look like for you? I can't call those people because I can't find their phone number. I don't know what I'm going to tell them. I know I need to call them, but I don't know. I can't find blah, blah, blah. Okay. So here's how you overcome this. Well, first of all, we're going to talk about what we usually see from other people. We always see results. So I always think when we go to seminar, those of you that have gone to seminar or any larger entity of training with Mary Kay, we see queens and top 10 people. Even, I mean, I'm in the royal family and Mary Catherine is a rock star. She's $1 million director more than once. And so we see their results. We see their, polished presentations. We see all their success. We see their cars. We see everything. But you know what? No one is sharing the hard parts. I loved many years back when we started talking about kind of some of the hard stuff that we really never saw, like how many calls does it take to accomplish, a booking, and how many failures did you go through? Mary Kay Ash, I think if I remember right, the story, her first party, how much money did she make? I think it was $7. She invested her whole life savings and she earned $7. So those of you earlier in your sharing what you did, I thought it was funny. There was actually 4 different times where the words were used. It wasn't very much. It was just a small blah, blah, blah. It was, don't small beginnings are great things. You did great. You did great to have any, if you got $1, you did better than not doing anything at all. So, just keep that in mind. So what we see from others, we always see the results. We don't see that hard work. I'm going to tell a funny story about Cynthia. When I met Cynthia when she first came to a party at Mary Catherine's house with her daughter. Her daughter was a consultant. And Cynthia was so much fun. And Cynthia went on to become a director. But I remember going to career conference. I think we were in Indianapolis, but I'm not positive. And I can still see we were all standing around gabbing, but Cynthia had a goal. And she was sitting on the floor with a stack of notes in front of her, and she was making calls. She was doing her calls. And when we went out to lunch, Cynthia, I hope you remember this. We went out to lunch to a crazy restaurant where they always call people, they talk to people rudely, actually.
Yeah.
She actually got the waiter or waitress, like, have you ever tried Mary Kay? And we're all sitting there going, oh my gosh, she's going to warm chat this guy, because you know what? She was determined. And I remember thinking, wow, I was just enjoying lunch. I wasn't working, but I didn't have a big enough goal in my head. She did. And kudos to her. I've seen her work really hard over the years. She's amazing. So there's two kinds of resistance that we have to deal with. We have internal resistance and we have external resistance. Internal is all that stuff right up here, this mind stuff that we tell ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, our fears, our self-talk, our self-doubt, the barriers that keep us from going after what we want. So, just be observant in the next couple of days. Like, what do you think about first thing in the morning? What do you think about, what are you thinking about right now? What are you thinking about what you need to do? If we talk to other people like we talk to ourselves, we would never have any friends, I swear, because we're terrible about talking to ourselves, and we have to be kind to ourselves. An external resistance, that's things outside your circumstances. So very often our external resistance becomes our excuses, because things outside our circumstance, they do happen, but they don't have to stop us. They might delay us a little bit, but they don't have to be the excuse that lets us off the hook. So what does that look like? Statements that start with, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough energy. I didn't get enough sleep. I don't, whatever. Our brain actually is trying to protect us. When we say the words, I don't, your brain is going, oh, good, we're going to keep you safe. It automatically gets into a mode of protection. So we end up not progressing. That's why the saying, do it scared, is a popular statement, because sometimes it's the fears of the things we believe are outside our control that keep us below our, we talked last week about an upper limit where our comfort level is. We want to break that comfort level. We all have a comfort level. It's good for us to figure out what is our comfort level. I know when I hit mine, I start getting anxiety. I start getting a stomach ache. I know where it is. And guess what? I just want to quit. I want to turn on Hallmark and veg out, or go eat something, which is both of those are bad. Because what happens? We make no movement toward what we determined was important for us. So in the end, all resistance really is just your thoughts and how you process them. And it's a story you're telling yourself is true. And this is what we don't understand. We have to control the story we're telling ourselves. So resistance will always show up. One of your things you can do is consistently act as if you already achieved what it is you're working on. If you're working toward a higher level in Mary Kay? What does somebody working at a higher level in Mary Kay look like? If you're trying to become a director, I remember we used to be told, if you're trying to become a director, what does a director do? What IPAs do they do? What efforts do they do? What are their goals? Like, because you want to mirror, you want to, mirror and follow the best, but you have to tell your mind, this is who I'm becoming. And your mind's going, no, 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 no. That's not who you are, because you've never been that. And so there's this resistance inside of us, and we have to feed it all the thoughts. We have to journal. If you can journal, it's great to journal what you're thinking about when you don't want to do something, because you'll collect a whole series of information about yourself. I have been going to therapy off and on for years, and that actually isn't my therapist said, I have to write down thoughts about certain things. And over time, I have this collection of thoughts, and they keep repeating, which is, I never thought they did, but there's a consistent pattern when they happen and what it is I think about. And so we're working our way through that. So that's a tool for resistance, writing it down right away and trying to figure out what it is you're trying to resist. If you don't run your life will run you. So I told Cynthia this week, I had a little example of this resistance. I wanted to play with a resistance GPT thing that's being offered by a program I'm doing. And so I have a stack of wall art in my bedroom. It's been there. I moved to a smaller house, and I love changing, decorating. So I have a huge stack of wall art that's been hiding in the back of my closet for the past year. I get it out for holiday things and for seasonal changes, and then I just kind of shove it back in, and it's really been quite a mess. And so I determined I got to clean those. I don't even know what's in the closet anymore. So I took them all out, and then I had that self-talk. Look at you. Why do you have all this stuff? You don't need all this stuff. What are you gonna do with that? Well, that was too big a decision. It was decision fatigue. So I just let them sit there. Well, they've been sitting in my bedroom against a wall now for about 2 months. Now I'm having an open house, and we're doing wrapping and gift wrapping in that room for people. And I'm like, okay, those pictures can't be there. They look really bad. So I'm like, I just don't feel like it. I'm just not going to clean it up. So I thought, I'm gonna see if this resistance thing works on this chat thing. And I was really kind of anti everything about it because I was resisting doing what I needed to do. So I asked it. I don't want to put away these things in my closet, and I'm having trouble getting started. And that little smart tool, this little thing on our phone, it's amazing. It says to me, okay, you've identified a resistance. What is one small 1-minute task you could do on this project? Oh, I thought I could sort them by season. Like, these are Christmas pictures, these are fall, and these are like summer, spring. I thought, well, that's easy. I got 1 minute. I'll do that. So I did that really fast. It didn't even take a minute. It was so fast. And then I said, well, what should I do next? And it asked me, what is your next step that will take 1 to 2 minutes? And I thought, I can't possibly put them in the closet because that's going to take longer. And I thought, well, I could put one section of pictures in the closet. Well, guess what? I started to do it, and I was done in less than 5 minutes on all of it. It took me less than 5 minutes for all of it. And in my head, I thought this was going to be like an hour-and-a-half project. So it's crazy. Resistance shows up. Be curious. Break it down. Way tiny, tiny, tiny. I don't feel like making booking calls. How many do you have to make? How many can I make in the next minute? I'll make one booking call. Oh, that went great. What happens if they place an order? What do we all feel like? We want to make more calls. If we make our one call and it was bad, we have to get through the next one. So have a plan. Think about how can you get through it. You have to have tools and identify and work through what derails you, what stops you. So at the end of the day, did you work on your main goal that you said was important? If not, think through your day, what derailed you. Number 4, you don't prioritize your future self. Who is your future self? So it's hard to prioritize today with our urgent self running the show. Because right now, I guarantee you, we all have something on our mind. I know when I get to work today, there are 3 things I have to take care of. And then there's an errand I have to do on the way to work. And then when I come home tonight, I got to finish cleaning for the open house tomorrow. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. My wildly important goal was, did I get this financial document to the attorney that I needed to do? I haven't touched it for 5 days. And it's my wildly important goal. I'm like, okay, I see, I'm learning with all of you. It's hard to prioritize when you have your urgent self is who you are today. Your future self never feels urgent, right? Because that can wait till tomorrow. I'll lose weight after this. I'll organize my house, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do this. We put it all off. We handle urgent things first, the I have tos. There's always an urgent thing. And we continue to spin on the hamster wheel. So think about who your future self, what it's going to look like. And what are you doing right now? Is what you're doing right now hugging your future self, or is it calming your urgent self? And number 5 is you don't have the right support system. That is another reason we fail on our goals. So sometimes we have people that distract us. Family members, husbands, spouses, friends. We just have things that demand our attention. Laundry, emails, phone, errands, work, housework, meal preparation. We need a better support system. Now, we're lucky in Mary Kay, just like right now, we're all together. We can all share. We all get reassured we have the same issues going on for the most part. And so having a community, but more importantly is connect to what you want for yourself, and be careful about that you're connecting with other people that will support it. So I did a little digging about 2 months ago, actually. I started looking at the things I'm involved in that are community oriented. A Bible study. I have 2 Bible studies. I had Tri Kappa sorority, social sorority. I had about 2 more things. And I just went through each one, and I just decided I don't think some of those are supporting who I want to become or how I want to spend my time. And that was a really hard decision because I really loved all the people that were involved, but it wasn't aligning with me and what I wanted. And that doesn't mean they're bad and I'm better or vice versa. It was just an observation. And ever since I kind of made a plan to step back and away and off those things, I feel so much better. And my time is freed up. We try to do it all. Think big, plan small. How are you going to celebrate 90 days? Now that we're doing all this work last week and this week, how are you going to celebrate 90 days? I think you should tell your director, whatever it is, if it's Mary Kay related or personal, whatever it is, how are you going to celebrate in 90 days? July 1st, how are you going to feel on July 1st? Because that's our 90-day quarter. On July 1st, are you going to be laying in bed going, oh, thank goodness it's a new quarter. I get to start over because I didn't do anything. Or are you going to be going, I'm so glad I made that a step toward XYZ that I was working on. So I just want to, my last things I want to tell you is some things that will help your mindset and keep your motivation. I'm giving away this book today. It's called, I got my settings on funny. It's Tracy Miles, God's Got You. and it's called, it says Embracing New Beginnings with Courage and Confidence. There is a lot of really powerful, good information in this book, and it mirrors a lot with things that we've been talking about. And it's a great read, and it also has some to-do steps that are aligned with scripture and with just overall motivation. And it's so powerful. I've given so many copies away to friends, and my team member Val and we've been working through this book, and it has really spoken to us in a lot of ways. And so I just thought it'd be fun to share one with all of you. And so mindset work is never done. And I just encourage you to protect your mindset. And, what emotion, if you hang out in that emotion, what actions will result? Think about it. Do you have an accountability partner? Somebody who will ask those hard questions. What are you telling yourself? What are you feeling? Is that true? Your accountability partner helps you see your blind spots. We kind of want friends that say, oh, you're wonderful and all this stuff, but sometimes we need the hard truth. We need somebody to say, you're screwing up. You're not doing what you said you were doing. How come? And ask those hard questions and talk through it. You have to be intentional. That's the only way your brain is going to get comfortable with what you're doing. So my last thought, hope is not a plan. I hope this, I hope that. Wishing doesn't get you anywhere. It's nice to wish and nice to dream, but it's hope and all that is not a plan. You need to have a plan, write it down, work it weekly and daily, and get your wins. You should have a win every day. What if nothing changes by June 30th? What will you do next? That's all I got.
Oh my gosh, Karen, that was amazing. Oh,
Yes.
A lot.
wow, thank you.
Ah,
Wow, wow,
oh,
wow.
thank you so much.
I have an answer for you really quick, Karen. What if nothing
Yeah.
changed on June 30th? Personally, I would continue because I know that my timing isn't always the same as God's timing.
Right.
I wanted to be a director since 2005, and I did not become a director until 2023. So, but wow, oh my gosh, I have so many notes, like, and the chat is blowing up. Yes, it was so incredibly powerful. I'm so glad we have recording because I don't think I could write fast enough.
No, I could not.
I forgot. I want to make sure I mention, I told Cynthia this yesterday. Heather Daniel Kent, HDK, is her weekly YouTube kind of thing. She's an amazing, I think she's an amazing leader. I'm assuming she's a director, not just a beauty consultant or anything, but she talks a really great language and has really simple. She is a director.
Yeah.
She's a director and she has a
really
great thing on YouTube.
She has great information.
Yes, her HDK download, I think.
I highly recommend. She's got she has a time management 2-part series. If you put in her name HDK and put time management, you will get to it. And she just has really great things that talks about our Mary Kay business that has been really helpful for me. And I've been in Mary Kay a long time, but her stuff was helpful, very helpful.
So does anybody have questions or accolades they want to give Karen? You can come off mute.
I'll go. Hey, Karen, it is so good to see you back here again. I really enjoyed this, and I have a lot of resistance, and I think I put in the chat. So my gardening resists me from working my business. I spent one day and only got one piece of it, but I've got to stop being such a perfectionist and let somebody else do that work that I don't need to do. And it's hard. It's hard to let go.
It is. It is.
You can you can play a game with yourself and you can say you get to garden as soon as you do XYZ.
Right.
Flip your head around on, I got to get this done and then I get to go play.
Like go play in the dirt.
Yeah.
Karen, I really like, this is TK. I like that sentence you gave us. If you don't run your life will run you.
Yeah.
Which is basically how my life is right now. So, yes, the suggestions you gave us are incredibly helpful. And I've got 4 pages of notes here and or 5, and looking forward to implementing quite a few of these.
Yeah,
Thank you.
just give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. All of us need a lot of grace, and give yourself some grace and just say, these things are in my way and they're kind of keeping me stuck. How can I rethink this a little bit? Or is there somebody else that could take this task on, or just work through it and spend enough time to understand where you get hung up. We're so busy that we stay busy. We don't know how to
Yes.
break the busyness, but we're not really designed to be that busy. So
That's true.
get off that hamster
Very
wheel and take a
true.
break. Yeah.
This is Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Again, I just gotta say, you're like in my head, I feel like. And I so appreciate your transparency about like not getting back to someone for like 5 days, because I pretty much did that this week and I was beating myself up. And then you're over here, uber successful, like also working full time. And it's okay. Like we're human, right? So I thank you for that, because like we're all in it. You know what I mean? We're all facing resistance from ourselves and from external forces, and it's okay to be human. And I don't know, I just appreciate that. So thank you for being transparent.
You're welcome. And doing things like that, I always have to step back and go, how did that happen? Okay, I have to keep a notebook in front of me all the time and write everything down, but I have to look at the notebook at the evening. And I didn't, I skipped doing that. And I have to have a weekly time, Sundays or Mondays, at least an hour, and put my life back in order and catch all the stuff I failed to do. And when I skip that step, everything gets chaotic. So, the system, learn what you need to do for a system in a
Yes.
baby step. Keep the notebook out every day. That's what I have to do.
Karen, I have one question for you. Does the word fail, or that type of implementation, cause you any type of stress, or is it more motivating for you?
Yes. I wish I could. I'm going to find it. And when I find it, I'm going to give it to Cynthia to post somewhere. I just read this past week, the word fail is an acronym for, it's like something about learning. It turns that word
First
into really
attempt in
positive.
learning.
Yes. First,
Yep.
what's the I though? First, FAI. Oh, first attempt in learning. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
Yes. And I have to tell, this failure is I beat myself up over failure a lot. We have personal recorded customer shopping that goes on of us at our jobs, and they get evaluated. And then we could watch the video, and I have yet in my 10 years watched a video, because I don't want to see what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong. I don't want to see what I did wrong. I just have this, nope, I'm not watching it. And I need to embrace first attempt in learning. You're just learning. And things are hard. And they're hard because our brain doesn't know how to do it yet. So.
And Mary Kay Ash always said, failing forward to success. So that first attempt in learning,
yes.
we're becoming more successful. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
Cynthia, you have a wheel of names to do. You guys, we want to value everybody's time.
Yay.
Thank you so much, Karen. This has been amazing.
And then somebody, whoever it is, like, you can text me the name, the address, everything.
Okay, it was Laura. Lorelai is our winner for the book. Yay! So, okay. Well then, Lorelai, can you send me your address and everything? So on Voxer, I guess, if you're on Voxer. Or I'll get it from Anna when she gets back, if I don't hear from you. And then I'll give it to Karen. So thank you again,
Where does
Karen.
Lorelai live? Where does she live?
In
Hobart
Hammond. Oh,
or
Hobart.
somewhere, or maybe it's around.
Hobart.
It's Lake
I'll
County, Indiana.
personally drop it off for you.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
drop it at your house because I go right by it all the time.
She works in
Oh,
I'm in
Highland.
Delphi.
okay. All
I,
right, great. So just get me your address, your street address, Lorelai, and I'll give it to Karen and she'll drop the book off. So thank you, Karen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll see you girls next week. And Mary will post the recording tonight. So look for it in Voxer and on your team page. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.